So the Edges range has been around for now probably 8 years, I think. It was one of the early projects that I started working on when I joined Fox. We previously had all our end tackle in green versions and brown versions, so all the leg clips were in green and brown, and the beads were green and brown. And we wanted to give it an update. We decided to create the best colour that we could possibly find that would blend in with both. So regardless where you landed the lead, the components would blend in as best as they could. So we settled on the Trans Khaki colour. So it's a khaki green colour that's got a translucent finish to it. And that's been great for us for probably, what, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 9 years now. However, we're always trying to look at how we can develop it, how we can make it better. That's what Edges is about. It's about having edges. It's the little tiny percentages that make a difference. So how can we improve it? We thought we can't improve the base colour because the base colour is proven. Regardless where we put it on the lake bed, it just looks good and blends in well. So we experimented with trying to make it camo. So we did some experimentation where we were injecting 2 colours into the mould, so you get like a smoked or a marble finish within it. It worked, but surely we thought we could do it a better way. So we did some more experiments when we put some fleck of colour into it. So first of all, we injected 1 colour, a little bit of a black speckle into it, and it was working. And then since then we tried and we played around with some more colours, and now we've got 2 colours that we're putting into the mould. So basically now the components are injection moulded as they always have been, but we're injection moulding 2 sort of particle colours into it. So we've got the Trans Khaki colour, which blends in with most lake beds, and then we've got these speckles of colour now in there to try and break it up even more. So the idea behind camouflage is basically breaking up the lines with stuff. So if we can make the plastic component blend into the lake bed and then use these specks of colour to try and break up some of those lines and some of those surfaces, then that's what we've managed to achieve.
And like Scott's probably already mentioned, the Edges range has been around, I think, about 8 years. And that's going to continue. The Edges range isn't going anywhere. And it's been quite difficult to look at ways of keep it moving forward. As we know, we focused on a small compact range of products. But apart from that, we used it as an opportunity as well to look at areas that we could do some slight tweaks and some slight improvements. Because as you can imagine, as you use things over an 8-year period, things evolve and more ideas come to mind, etc. A good example of that, I mean, personally, the current heli buffer sleeve, I used to chop the top of it, slide it down the leader, and just to give like a nice soft top on the drop-off bead, and it's just a bit more cushioning really. It just felt a bit nicer where the swivel slid down. So obviously on the new one, we built it into the injection moulding process, so we refined the design a little bit, made it fit absolutely perfect on top of the existing bead, because that's a hard plastic and that's a soft, because obviously that'll withstand the casting once you peg it with your PVA strip, etc. So yeah, just little tweaks like that really that are now available in the camo range, in addition to the Trans Khaki. So yeah, I mean, to conclude, the Trans Khaki range is staying. There's less than 20 products in the Edges Camo series. A lot of it's kit format, easy to use, everything in one packet. Small amount of wall space required to stock it, which gives us more opportunity to keep stock 100% of the year. Yeah, and we're looking forward to seeing the response.
So the Edges Camo range, we've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Everything is based around the 4 main lead systems. So you've got inline leads, leg clips, running rigs and helicopter systems. So with lead clips we've got 3 kits. We've got the size 10 slick clip, which is this product here. It's got no serrations on it, as a quick reminder to you all. There's no serrations on it, so the lead just goes on and the tail rubber slides over, and then should you hit weed or a snag, the tail rubber comes back and the lead slides off. The same with the size 7, but the size 7's a bigger swivel, so it's more suitable for Europe and where you're needing stronger tackle. Some serrations on the back of the lead clip, so it holds that tail rubber on a little bit more firmer. And then finally, the last kit in the lead clip system is the size 7 power grip. So the power grip's got a much tighter tail rubber on there. So for some of our guys in Europe that are fishing big waters with big leads, they want to hold onto that lead that little bit longer. So that's what the power grip system's for. Additional to the lead clips is a tail rubber that you can purchase. So anybody who's fishing with fluorocarbon leaders or mainline can purchase the naked tail rubbers. These are available in a size 7 or a size 10 to fit the corresponding lead clips. So again, these just slide onto the lead clip, and what you have here is a much longer, smoother taper. So when you get to the end of the actual tail rubber, it's a lot thinner and tighter to the main line or to the fluorocarbon here. So that just prevents any acute edges where potentially the hook length can tangle. Secondly, we've got the running lead systems. We've got 2 in the range. We've got a very simple bead ring and a little clip that the lead goes onto. And the second one is the angled drop-off run ring system that we introduced into the range probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I think now. So that's this product here. You've got a buffer bead with my swivel at the end, and then you've got the angled drop-off system here itself. So the lead pushes into here, and you can plug that with one of the T-bars or the PVA strips, and you've simply got a running lead system here. But should you get into difficulty with snags or weed, once the PVA melts, should you choose to do so, the lead can pull free. Thirdly, we've got helicopter systems. We've got the heli buffer bead, we've got a naked heli buffer bead. Again, 2 products that have been in the Edges range for a few years. But then we've got the helicopter drop-off system, which Sean's talked you through some of the changes that we made to further improve that product. And finally, we've got our inline systems. We've got a very simple tadpole multi-bead. You can remove your insert from any of your inline leads, and the tadpole multi-bead will pull into it. It's got a long taper and some ridges at the bottom, and then a large ridge just to hold it in place. This creates like a semi-fixed bolt effect. So you've got a little bit of tension there before it pulls free. So that's the tadpole multi-bead. And then finally, we've got the inline lead insert. This again has been available in the Edges range, but it's one of the ones that we made a couple of tweaks to further improve it in the camo range. The system now comes as a complete kit, so you get the insert itself for the top of the lead, and you get the plug and pins for where your swivel attaches to. And with this system, the fish will pick up the bait, pull the plug out the back, and then as you tighten up to it here, the insert can then pull free, releasing the lead, meaning that you're playing the fish without any weight there. The Edges range is about little edges. That's where the name came from. Whilst we were using some of the components, we were like, oh, this gives you a little edge. It's something a little bit different over other anglers, or something a little bit different that maybe the fish haven't seen before. Edges is all about tiny little percentages, little improvements here, little improvements there. And if you add all those little improvements together, you get a greater improvement. And that's what we truly believe we've achieved now with the new Edges Camo range.